Today we are taking a look at the RENPHO foot and calf massager that also bonus does your arms as well. So this thing is quite the beast. It's pretty intense. It does a lot of things and it's a big size. Like you can see, it's about probably 20 inches wide. But the good thing is it's not too heavy. I can easily pick it up and move it around. If you want to use it on your feet, you have two options. You can put it onto the floor completely flat, or you can put it up at an angle as well. So if you kind of put it up at this angle, you can put your feet down and then you get a nice angle and you can put some pressure so that the kneading part really impacts the bottom of your feet. And then the stand also goes up higher so that you can get a good angle for your calves. So if you're sitting in a chair, you want to put it at this high angle so that the back of your calves is here while you're sitting in the chair. The other option for your calves is to lay it completely flat and then put the whole machine onto either your bed or the couch and then lay flat and then lay your legs in the machine. And then the third thing is if you're using it on your forearms, you can just lay it flat, put it on tabletop like I am right here, and kind of just lean into it and put it wherever you want on your arms. So those are the three areas that you can use the massager. Now, it does come with a remote, which is really helpful, especially if you're doing it on your arms, because once you're in, how do you turn it on and choose your settings? Well, you just use this remote. You just push the button that you want, and then you can change your settings and adjust from there. So the cool thing, this remote, it does have magnets here in the back, and then a spot here on the front towards the user to put it in, it's just magnetic so you won't lose it. Now, when you're using it, there are multiple options and settings that you can use. So of course you have your power button, and these buttons are very, very easy to push on the machine itself. Plus you also have this remote option. So there's a few things. So the first one is your air mode. So the air is pretty much the air bags here fill up and squeeze whatever body part you have in. So if you have your feet, it's gonna squeeze like around the top of your foot. And then if you're doing your arms, same thing, calves. But it has, if you want it to be just the back side of your foot, the front side, or both. So it's which side do you want to air up. By default, it's gonna do all of them, but you can change that if you want. And then you have your air intensity, which goes from a 1 all the way up to a 4, which is gonna be your highest setting. And it's gonna start out at 1. I prefer to go all the way up. I want it to kind of give you that deep squeeze whenever I'm using it. Now, if you find that any setting at any point is just too intense, the nice thing is if you keep the remote in your hand or right by you, if you just press the power button, it's immediately going to turn off and release your body. So if you're like in with your calves and you decide, oh my gosh, it's too much pressure, I don't like it, you can just press the power and start over with the lower setting, and it's gonna immediately release you. So then you have the next thing is your knead intensity. Now the kneading is like if you take your knuckles and you were to rotate them on the bottom of your foot, that is kind of what the kneading is. And that is here along the base. And you have multiple rollers here. And if you run your hands, you can feel where they are. Now the nice thing about this style where it's open on the top versus other ones where it's completely closed is you have the option to really move your body part to wherever it feels best. Sometimes if you have a smaller or a larger foot, you may not be landing on the kneading rollers exactly where you want. So with this, if you want like the deeper one, you can just move your foot to a different position. Or if you only want it to knead on one part of your foot specifically, you can just place it exactly where you want it. So it gives you a more customized massage versus something that's completely enclosed. So I do like that. And it does have the 3 kneading options. So you have a low, medium, and high intensity. And then the third option that you have is if you want it to have heat. And then there's multiple heat options as well. So you can completely turn the heat on or off, which will give you everywhere. Or you can have it go just on the bottoms of your feet or the tops. So it's up to you which you prefer. And then the last setting that you have here on the control panel is how long do you want the massage to last. You know, a lot of times people fall asleep whenever they're doing a massage like this. And so it isn't recommended that you go for longer than 30 minutes at a time. So it's really nice that it does have that timer option. And it also gives you that option to be like, okay, I just want to relax for 15 minutes. And then as soon as the timer goes off and it stops, you know, time's up and get back to what you were doing. So you have 15, 20, or 30-minute options. You just set that and then the massage is gonna last for that long. So this, like I said, very, very intense. It has a lot going on, but overall it works really well. I like how customizable it is. You really can just make the massage how you want it to be and on any body part that you want. And then another cool feature is it does have this removable cover here. So you can completely take off the cover where your body parts are going and wash it and then put it back on. So you can do that just, you know, however often you want, depending on how often you're using the massager. So if you are looking for something that does multiple body parts, and one is fairly compact for what it is. Like I said, it is rather large, but it will still fit nicely like underneath the cabinet or something like that. So overall, highly recommend this RENPHO Shiatsu calf and foot massager.